Geek, collaborative of people, a group that work together, gaming, fundraising, costuming and community.
Cool people.
Anime and movies.
Kind of an interest in comic book culture, movies, games, everything along those lines.
Something hot and sexy to me, I would say. No, seriously. I would totally date a geek. I would definitely.
I guess kind of the stereotype you immediately jump to, like, oh yeah, comics and superheroes and things. But I think kind of the friends I've had over the past few years, I think it's kind of wider than that. Like, people are sort of, you can be a geek about almost anything. Like, I've got a friend who is a train geek. He probably goes to train conventions if they exist. I guess it's being passionate enough about something to do weird stuff like this.
Well, geek is something that I think I've always felt like it was part of me in a way. So I think it just means fun. Like, you're a fun person.
Cool. A lot of negative things. I know we're trying to reclaim the word at the moment, but there's still a lot of kind of basement-dwelling, spotty nerd, kind of like loner type, kind of bad personal hygiene, stuff like that. I know there's this whole kind of movement to try and reclaim it, to go, oh no, geeks are cool, and like Justin Timberlake calls himself a geek. He's not a geek, he's attractive. You grow up ugly with glasses, you're a geek.
Fantastic things. Every time you hear geek, you think of someone who likes to have fun and who's just like collects stuff, interesting, just imagination.
I run 2 local community groups, Thanet Cosplay and Eastbourne Cosplay. We're all about running the Arts Award for ages 7 to 21. We do work experience for inclusion of all. We include people with physical and learning disabilities and people who are not on those spectrums. We've had people on the autism spectrum going through their SIA licensing. We use costuming as a way to, I suppose, enhance people's confidence and life skills.
I don't know. Because probably into cosplay, probably into conventions, and it's all kind of things that I like. So yeah.
Oh, because that's what most people, like most geek people, see, like movies, characters, anime, manga, and all of these sort of things. Anything that includes characters, that's what pop in.
I don't actually know the right expression of the word geek, to be honest. But, you know, it just reminds me of something cool and, you know, I would totally date that person. I would, yeah.
Because I am a geek.
I don't know, it's just that's what I've grown up with, and that's the association that comes with the word to me.
I don't know if I'd think that way if it wasn't something I was involved in. Like, I think if I was like one of the muggles, I'd probably be thinking probably more kind of the stereotype, but being like within the community and having friends, I think it's just you witness it in everything. Like, people are passionate about all kinds of things. It's kind of the one common thread.
Oh, it's just because it kind of reminds me of my childhood, which is something that I never want to part with. And I had a pretty awesome childhood, so there you go. I just want to prolong it as much as I can.
I've always thought it is cool, and now the rest of the world is catching up as well. It is geek chic. It's cool to be into sci-fi and comic books and gaming and everything else that it used to be sneered at.
Well, again, as I said, it's about reclaiming the term a bit, and now how technically everyone is technically a geek, because you think everyone's got a personal computer, everyone's got like a mobile phone, that's a computer. When I was growing up, it's kind of like, oh, computers, those are for geeks. Social networking, oh, you use email, you use it without thinking it. You know, surely that can be geeky. Everyone now plays video games, whether it be mobile casual games or actual games. Are those still geeky? You can still go off in the realms of geekiness. I think cosplay is this weird area where it used to be very geeky, but now a lot of really attractive people like myself do it, so it's less geeky.
It depends on how people think it is, like how people take it. Some people take it personal, and some people just like love it. They love being geek and all of that. So I think it changed. It makes like people divided and all. You get like geeky groups, you get normal people groups and all of that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's become. I think it was a bit stigmatized before, and now it's become almost cool in its own way, and it's become mainstream to some extent.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of, I mean, it's cool to be a geek now. I'm not quite sure why, or where exactly when that happened. I think probably with probably the recent kind of Marvel movies have had a lot to do with it, because like they're actually good. So it's like it's okay to like superheroes again, and then that's kind of spread from there. People are more willing to admit they like it. But I don't know if the word itself has changed. I think it's just kind of the negative connotations have gone a bit.
Definitely. Like now, geek is cool. Before, geek was, oh, you're a bit weird. We don't know if we want to hang out with you. But now, like the geek, there's like a subculture now, I think. So the word geek brings a lot of more. It's got a lot of a different meaning, I think, since when I was a child. So now it's like, oh, okay, so you're geek, but in a way you're kind of sexy, and you can. And I don't know if I see myself in that, to be honest. I think I'm an old school geek.
I think it has. It's evolved now. It's not something to be ashamed of anymore. People used to be ashamed of it or hide from it, and now people can bring it out because it's more out there, and it's cool to be a geek these days and not ashamed.
Definitely. It used to be an insult, and sort of the geeks in the corner playing with the computers, and now it's mainstream, and events like this just go to show how mainstream it is. You can pack out a whole hotel, just goes to show it.
Oh, very much so. It's as technology moves on, and as we're stepping more into a digital age, you can't really associate computers or digital things with a negative culture. Suddenly everyone doesn't want to go out because you can just chat online, from what used to be, and I guess things like Reddit becoming like the more mainstay of popular cultures. You think like 10, 15 years ago, people going, oh no, everyone's just going to be on this website showing pictures of cats. You go, no, you're out having sex and having fun and doing coke. But now, everyone's inside and enjoying this. So yeah.